Welcome back. It's Paulette Simone with How I See It. First off, I want to thank everybody for your suggestions, for your comments, just basically for tuning in to How I See It. I appreciate all of your support. Let's talk about civil rights. I was reading a story about a gentleman who attends George Washington University here in the Washington area. He was enrolled in GW's Navy ROTC program. I say was enrolled because he was actually discharged from the program when two of his cadet mates saw him kissing a young man who turned out to be his boyfriend at a frat party. For all of you who are not familiar with Don't Ask, Don't Tell, let me fill you in. It's a policy that was put into place in 1993 by then President Bill Clinton. Basically, the policy says that gays and lesbians are allowed to serve in the military, but they are not allowed to actively engage in any homosexual behavior. Now, that policy was put in place in 1993 after Bill Clinton went to Congress to try to get gays and lesbians in the military without any clause. The reason why I wanted to talk about this story and brought it to your attention is because this gentleman, Todd Belok, GW student, obviously had the credentials and the qualifications to be in the program, but was now or has been removed from the program, not because he couldn't do the amount of push-ups, not because he was failing his classes, and he was kicked out because he was seen by his fellow cohorts kissing another man. I find this to be very interesting since we are at war, since our country has been at war for a number of years now, and we are no longer in a draft situation or in a situation where, if you're over a certain age, you have to go to war. Our country depends on people volunteering for service. So he is no longer eligible to serve his country because of his sexual orientation. Now, I'm not here to say whether it's right or wrong or gay or lesbian, straight, bisexual. I'm not here to defend that clause. What I'm here to defend is the liberty that we all should have. How I see it, Todd Belok and Susie Q and John Doe, all of them should be able to line up and join and serve the country as they see fit if they're qualified physically and mentally. DC Examiner just put out that between the years of 1997 and 2007, 10,000 people who were serving in the military were discharged because they were either gay or lesbian. 10,000 people who signed up to serve this country on a voluntary basis were kicked out based on their sexual orientation. How I see it, this policy is possibly outdated, and I'm glad that our now president, Barack Obama, is looking into finding a way to get this in the past. Just like any other job, when you come to work, you do your job, and when you leave, you're left to your own devices. I feel the military should follow the same code. Now, in respect to saying that, just like if your outside life starts to interfere with your work life, you're brought up on it, and your boss may sit you down and ask you if there's a problem, there should be the same respect to the military. This is just how I see it. It's not necessarily a story that you're going to see on your 5, your 6 o'clock, your 10 o'clock news, but it's something that I found interesting. It's just something that I think that should be put on the table and possibly reconsidered. It's Paulette Simone, another segment of How I See It. Tune in, guys. I'll be back with you real soon.